Hello, and welcome to the Confidence Academy podcast. My name is Lily Badcock, and I am a transformational confidence coach helping you to thrive in spite of anxiety. Each week, I will be sharing interviews with guest experts from around the world who have lived through their own experiences and who now help others to do the same. I will also be sharing the tangible steps you can take to start managing your own anxiety. It's my aim to reach as many people as possible with the message that no matter what you're going through, no matter what your struggle may be, there is hope and there is a way to create an amazing life for yourself. The incredible people I've been blessed to interview are walking, talking examples of how this is possible, and I truly hope you will find their stories inspiring, uplifting, and motivational. The conversations are very open and candid and occasionally may include some adult language, so please take care when listening around little ones or grab some headphones. This podcast series is brought to you in association with Lily Badcock Confidence Coaching, offering private and group coaching to help you thrive in spite of anxiety. If you're ready to ditch the stress and frustration of battling anxiety every day, why not visit www.lilybadcock.com to see how I can help. There are free resources available to download and start using straight away, plus the option to sign up for ongoing coaching if you wish. Before we dive in, don't forget to leave a review for us on iTunes and to check out the links in the podcast notes to the free resources we have available for you. But for now, let's get you on your way to living your epic life anxiety-free. Because remember, confidence is yours as soon as you choose it. Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Talk Tuesday. These are shorter episodes designed to bring you all the usual inspiration and motivation and to directly address the questions that you are sending in. So today I have something important that I wanted to share with all of you, and this is actually based on a post that I posted up earlier this week, and it received so much engagement and really got people talking, so I thought, why not bring it to the podcast as well so that we can get the conversation carried on over here. So this is all around my own journey, really, and I've been on my entrepreneurial journey now for years. And it's been around 5 years though since I really stopped to think about the kind of business and life that I wanted to create for myself. So initially I got into my own business by accident, really. I was given an opportunity years ago to open my own singing studio, teaching people singing here in Salisbury, and because I'm someone who believes in taking an opportunity when it comes, I just kind of leapt for it without really any planning or really any idea of what I was doing. But around 5 years ago, I started to really question what I was wanting to build, what I wanted to create for myself and for my family and for my life. And I remember the moment that I had the epiphany. So I was off work with the flu, but I'd recovered to the point where I could sit up in a chair and read, so therefore I was on my laptop. And for some reason that day, I just started to really question what I was doing with my life. And I don't know if that was the boredom of being poorly or if it was the flu kicking in, but I just started to think about how much I love my job, and yet something was missing at the time. So at that point, I was a vocal coach, as I said. I was teaching singing from my own private studio, and I was also working with various groups in my local city. And the truth is, I loved singing and still do, and I loved teaching and still do. And yet at that point, something was off, something was missing. So I started to look at the clients that I was serving at the time, the ones that were, the ones that I really looked forward to seeing versus the ones that felt like hard work when they were there. And I realised that actually the buzz that I felt from teaching came from helping those people who didn't know what they were capable of when they came in. So, I would have clients that would come, they wanted to learn to sing. There would be people that would come in and, I would give them advice and they didn't seem to want to take it. But my favourite clients were the ones who came in, and I just know that so many people, they would stand there and say, oh, I'd love to do X, Y, and Z, but I just don't see how. Or people would come in and say, oh, I've been told that I can sing, but I don't know if I can. So really they were these people who were capable of amazing things and they just didn't know it. And so since doing that business and since helping these people, I've stood in the wings of countless shows. I've watched countless clients of mine shine on stage while recalling their first session when they categorically stated that they could never and would never be able to do that. And in that moment, I realised that I could build a business around what I'm truly passionate about, that I could spend my days not only helping others feel confident, but for myself to feel very energised and very lit up by what I was doing. And so I believed at that time that if I could just find the right support, my business was going to take off, because after all, I'd, tapped into my passion. I believed I'd found my purpose, and I thought, if I just find the right support, it's all going to take off. It'll all be taken care of. It'll all be very easy, and I will create an empire. And it won't only support me and my family, but maybe I'll also change the world. So it sounds very dramatic for someone with the flu, but that's truly what happened. So off the back of that, I then started to look at what I could do to grow the business. So I joined an online program called B School. I joined a membership club called the Female Entrepreneur Association, which I've spoken about multiple times before. At one time, I even hired a coach for £1,000 for a month's coaching. And we didn't really have the money, but my husband at the time did have it, and I asked him to lend it to me because I was so sure that by investing it in this way, I was just going to make the money back. And so we invested in that as well. And in the years that followed, I invested in program after program. I downloaded freebie after freebie, and I started to build my dream. And I want to say, before I say the next bit, every single experience I've had, coach I've worked with, program I've invested in, freebie I've downloaded, has helped me. It has. In some way, shape or form, I did learn something. But here's what didn't happen. I didn't build my empire in 8 weeks, which is what I thought I was going to do when I joined B School, and that's true. I didn't earn the £1,000 back in the first month that I'd spent on that coach, even though I fully believed that I would. I didn't hit my goal of 10 grand a month any of the times I set it, and I still haven't reached it. And over the past 5 years, I've faced some of the toughest times I've ever faced. And why? Well, I think because the entire time I was putting my chances of success into the hands of others, be it a person or a program or something else tangible. So at no point was I investing in these things believing that I could do it for myself. Every single time I was looking to fill a void. I was looking for like a missing piece because I thought that on my own I wasn't enough. And I truly believe that I needed every single one of those things that I signed up for, paid and free, because I wasn't enough on my own. And as a result of that, I didn't truly show up. And that's the God's honest truth. I was unintentionally lazy because I was washing my hands of all responsibility. I just thought that by investing in this program or by taking a course or whatever it was, that something or someone was going to come along and create the success that I wanted for me. I just thought it was all going to happen, just because I'd invested in whatever I'd invested in. So it was quite a big shock to realise that that isn't how it works. And I want to say that I've always believed I would reach my dreams, and I still do. And I'm super grateful for every lesson that I get to learn on a daily basis. But I had a little shift earlier this week, and this is what I shared in the post. I started to look at the countless programs that I'd already invested in but hadn't finished. And I started to do the work. Well, I didn't start. To be fair, I do the work every day. I do journal and I do plan, and I'm constantly working on my mindset, and I'm reviewing my goals, and I'm constantly trying. But what was different this week was I was doing it from the energy of responsibility and the honest belief that I actually can do it on my own. That, it does boil down to me at the end of the day. So We all need support, of course we do. But what I learned was the support doesn't do the work for you. Support doesn't replace the unique gifts that you bring into the world. In order for that to happen, you have to step up and you have to get your hands dirty. So I just wanted to put a message out there to say that if you're considering your next investment, whatever it might be in, because I know that everybody listening maybe isn't an entrepreneur and maybe doesn't have their own business, but I think we all do this. We all invest in things believing that they're going to be the magic pill, or they're going to be, the missing piece. And I just want to say that before you consider your next investment, whether it's a financial investment or a time investment or an energy investment or whatever, make sure that you are not coming from a place of believing that you need that thing in order to create something tangible. If you're considering that investment on any level from a place of believing that you're not enough on your own, then stop. What I want you to do is get your mind right first and just start focusing on working on that belief that you have it all within you anyway. There's nothing that you need. Now, there might be support that you desire, and that's a different thing. Call in that support once you know what you can bring to the table, rather than investing in something and just then thinking, okay, so it's off my plate, I don't have to do anything. Because if you're expecting a magic solution or for someone to swoop in and make it all happen, then you're just going to be disappointed again and again and again. And worse than that, you'll probably find that you stay stuck right where you are. So I'm not putting myself down. I'm not putting you down either. The truth is I have worked my butt off these last 5 years and I've created some amazing results. And every decision I made was because at the time I felt like it was the right decision to make. But I just wanted to share the benefit of my own hindsight. This is an epiphany I had this week. This is about my journey, and I just thought perhaps I'll share it because this is the knowledge I'm going to be carrying forward into 2018. I can't even talk. This is the knowledge I'm going to be carrying forward as I go through this year and really start to step up in certain areas of my life. So I know that you might be watching everyone else around you and wondering what it is you're missing. And I believe that this is it. It's what you believe you're capable of, as well as what you feel you are worthy of calling in. It's exactly the same, actually. It's the same energy if you were going to go into a relationship, for example. When people get together from a place of believing that the other person is somehow going to validate them, then ultimately it doesn't work out because that person is always going to disappoint you. And actually it isn't fair to ask that of somebody else, and it's not necessary either. You are whole on your own. That there is no. We talk a lot about our other halves, and actually I don't believe in having another half. I don't think that that's a thing. I think we are completely whole, every single one of us, on our own. I believe that the best relationships come about when you find someone that you can share your gifts with, and it's a mutual exchange rather than you looking to take something from that person or fill a void that you think is missing from you. So to me, it's the same kind of thing. And there's no person, there's no program, and there's no experience that you need in order for you to be complete, because you're already complete. So I wanted to share that message. As I said, I put it out on a blog earlier this week on Facebook and it went nuts. I had over 200 replies to it because I think everyone could kind of resonate with what I was saying. And I think it's very, very common for us to feel like there's something wrong, or there's something missing, or there's something that we're supposed to fix, or I spent a long time kind of assessing my own behaviour and why did I think a certain way, why did I act a certain way, and then beating myself up because that was how it was, when actually we are who we are. And I'm not going to break into song, I am what I am. It's not about that. But it's true. Like, you are who you are and you're enough on your own. And, I feel like that statement gets bandied around a lot. And I guess it's not a bad thing because it's a beautiful message. Like, you are enough on your own. But I feel like so many people say it now. It's kind of a throwaway thing that people say, and I don't feel like it's having the impact that it truly could have. But if you believed just for the next 5 minutes that every single thing you ever needed was already within you, that there is nothing you need to fix, there is nothing you need to straighten out, there is nothing you need to work on. Like, what if you're already enough as you are? What if everything you wanted it can be yours exactly from where you are now, that there is no need to do anything different? Then, what would that mean for you, and how would that make you feel, and how would you act as a result of that? And that was really what I wanted to talk about today. So I hope it resonated. I would love to hear from you if it did. You can contact me. You can contact me on social media. You can contact me via my website. All of the links are in the podcast notes, as I've always say. And I do love hearing your messages. I love receiving your emails, and I love hearing the takeaways that you get from these episodes. So do get in touch, especially now. You can probably hear I'm a bit out of breath. I'm literally like a week away from giving birth to my baby girl, hopefully, if she comes on time. So give me something to read, send me an email, let me know what you thought about this episode and what I was talking about today. And if you need further support, then you can get in touch with me via my website, which is www.lilybadcock.com. You can gain access to multiple resources and programs, including my latest offering, which is actually called the Self-Belief Sessions. So that's a 5-part audio program to help you build that unshakable self-belief and confidence that you've been craving and that I believe is already in you. So if you go to the link in the podcast notes, you can download a free guided visualization that I made to help you call in that self-belief and to give you a taste of what the program offers. And then if it's something you think you would like to try, there's a link you can go through and read all about the program to see if it's a good fit for you. So you've been listening to the Confidence Academy podcast, and I'm also so excited to announce that enrolment to the Confidence Academy Members Club will be opening shortly, actually later this week. If you've been waiting for an opportunity to truly step up and create the transformation in your life that you crave, with ongoing support and accountability from people who have walked the same path, then this is for you. It all kicks off in April with a live 12-week program, including regular live coaching sessions with me, modules sent directly to you each week, and beyond that, you're going to have access to a training vault filled with workshops and programs to help you grow in the areas that you need most. There are also going to be guest expert trainings and additional resources added on a monthly basis, and all of this can be yours for a very low monthly fee. The best part is the content is there for you for the duration of your membership, so you can work at your own pace. You can join the mailing list over at the website, and again there's a link in the podcast notes for you. As ever, I hope you found this episode inspiring. Please do share it with anyone who may find it beneficial, and don't forget to leave a review if it was helpful for you. I'm going to be back for the next episode on Friday, but in the meantime, remember, confidence is yours as soon as you choose it. Massive love.